Had asked me 19 years ago as the story began to unfold if we would ever be in this place, I probably would have said, no, there was no way that we would be here. Everything was shocking, both the traumatic, early, dilation and stuff that led to infection. And then these two babies, when they came out, Hallie didn't really cry. Her twin, Olivia, was born slightly blue. They were whisked off to the NICU with wires and leads and, monitoring. And, the kind of intervention that you can imagine. I mean, the only time I'd ever seen this before was on television shows, right? It was all quite a blur. Fortunately, we lost Olivia at 18 days of life. Hallie survived, and only because a mobile surgical unit from Children's Hospital Philadelphia swooped into Pennsylvania Hospital, closed up a hole in Hallie's heart that would have closed normally had she been born at, a typical birth time. She spent 4 months in Pennsylvania Hospital. And at the end of it all, I requested the bills for both kids. We were very lucky because when you're born at least in the state of Pennsylvania, when you're born at that early of a gestational age, you're predetermined already to be disabled because the chance of her disability, she was born in 2006, the chance of her disability was something like 80%. It's impossible to emerge unscathed, and she hasn't. Nevertheless, when I got that bill would have been $8 million. We would have owed, my partner and I would have owed 20% of that had it not been for Medicaid. This is before the Affordable Care Act was in effect. And so 20% of $8 million, can you imagine what that would have been done to, that's huge amount of money. That's $1.6 million. Dollars. It was very, very challenging. And it's taken a village, it's taken a huge amount of investment, but it's really taken a robust system that allowed us to, not lose a house. I mean, if you can imagine, how do you provide for your kids when you can't even provide for yourself? And so having, the breathing room of the Medicaid system there really made this possible. We owned a modest house in Queen Village at that point. We would have gone bankrupt. We would not have been able to keep that house. We would have ended up destitute. We were so lucky that Medicaid picked up everything except for, I think it was like a $2,500 copay. I wish I had Hallie here with me. I have pictures of Hallie. If you want me to hold one up, I can do that. Let me go.
Yes, I want you. I definitely want you to hold one up.
Okay, so this is Hallie when Hallie was in the NICU. Now,
Right,
Hallie looks like a normal baby, but if you take a look at that binky, right? You know what a
right,
binky size is? That's
right,
a normal size binky. My
right,
baby was the same size as the little stuffed animal that held a pacifier. That's how
right,
small this kid was.
right.
She's on nasal cannula, so she's got, and this is when she's about almost 4 months old. So she is much bigger than she was at birth.
Right.